All right, let's dive into one of the most famous texts in the world, but probably not in the way you've ever thought about it before. We're going to forget the gentle poem and instead see it as a blueprint for survival.
So when you hear the words of Psalm 23, where does your mind go? Yeah, for most of us, it's right here. We hear these words at funerals, right? We connect them with endings, with loss, as this sort of final comfort at the very end of a life. But what if that core association, that deep-seated connection to death, is completely wrong? I mean, what if this text was never, ever intended for the dead, but was actually a powerful, active guide for the living?
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to radically reframe Psalm 23. We're taking it out of the gentle, comforting poem category and putting it right back where its author meant it to be, as an active, strategic blueprint for survival and supply, right in the middle of life's biggest battles.
To really get this blueprint, you first have to understand the architect and the context of who wrote this. And when they wrote it, well, it changes absolutely everything.
The person who wrote this was King David. But listen, he wasn't sitting in a peaceful retirement home just reflecting on his life. No way. He wrote this right in the thick of it all. He was a warrior on the battlefield, a leader of a nation, making these high-stakes, life-or-death decisions every single day.
So, you see, that's the crucial point. This is not some passive reflection on a life that's already been lived. It's an active, in-the-moment, strategic declaration from a commander in the field. It's a strategy for living, not a eulogy for the dead.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. A single, profoundly misunderstood word in the second line completely unlocks the first part of this entire map.
You know the line? I know the line. We all know it. I shall not want. But our modern idea of that one little word, want, has basically hidden its true power from us for centuries.
We read want, and we immediately think of desire, right? Of wishing for something. But what if the original author, a leader in the middle of a battle, meant something way more powerful and immediate than that?
And this is where the original language just blows the whole thing wide open. The Hebrew word used here is Echsar, and Echsar has absolutely nothing to do with desire. It means to decrease, to lack, to be diminished, to fail, or to be made less. It's all about scarcity.
So the declaration isn't, I won't have any desires. It's a statement of how the world really works, like a law of spiritual physics. It's saying, because of my guide, I cannot be diminished. I will not fail. I will not be made less. It's this profound statement that lack and scarcity do not get the final say in your life.
So let's move to the next part of this blueprint and see how this all builds, because if you aren't supposed to lack, then where does your provision actually come from? Well, the map tells us exactly where to find that X.
First off, we've got to understand the shepherd's role correctly. We tend to picture this passive protector, just kind of watching over the sheep. But in this blueprint, the shepherd is an active navigator, a guide who has a very specific destination in mind.
So when the text says the shepherd leads you to green pastures, it's not just some nice, fluffy metaphor for a heavenly paradise. In the dry, arid, ancient Near East, grass was not everywhere. A green pasture was a real, specific, designated location of supply and survival. It was a literal place.
And this idea just flips our modern concept of hustle and grind completely on its head. The blueprint is saying the goal isn't to frantically chase after resources or money or opportunities. The goal is to follow the navigator to the place where your supply is already waiting for you. So the blueprint lays out this incredibly simple process. Maybe not an easy one, but simple. Step 1, stop the frantic chase. Step 2, tune in and listen to the navigator's guidance. And step 3, arrive at your assigned place of provision. It's all about direction, not desperation.
Now, all of this, the real meaning of want, the active navigator, the assigned provision, it's all leading up to one master key. This is the single most important principle that makes the entire blueprint actually work.
So, after all this, what is the ultimate secret? What's the one thing that unlocks this entire system of provision and survival? Here it is. The master principle is that alignment must come before abundance. You have to be in the right place, following the right path, in alignment with your navigator before the supply can even show up. The location comes first.
And this right here is the key takeaway for all of us. It triggers this fundamental shift in how we approach our needs. It moves us away from this posture of begging for resources, for money, for a job, for a lucky break, to a posture of asking for clear navigation. The most powerful request isn't for the stuff, it's for the directions.
So here's the question this ancient map leaves us with, right here and right now. In your career, in your relationships, in your life, are you still begging for resources? Or are you ready to ask for the map that leads you to where they already are?